Welcome, viewers, back to Heart of the Machine with me, Corknut. Hey, it looks like it is time to do some more building in Ludersk City. And we still need to build a bauxite skimmer. We're getting a little low on power, so it might make sense to build some more wells. Geothermal wells, that is. We have just enough neodymium to make one, now that we have income flowing in from our thortveitite skimmer. Over here somewhere. There it is. This thortveitite skimmer. Dormant. Currently says dormant. I think that dormant is for the Counter-Strike? I'm not sure. That makes me nervous that it says dormant there, but I'm pretty sure we're getting neodymium for that. Let's take a look and see if that is reflected here. It is indeed 485 neodymium a turn for a thortveitite skimmer. That's going to be a bottleneck for a while. It's going to take us about 10 turns to accumulate enough neodymium for another geothermal well. We don't need... oh, we do need neodymium for bulk predators also, of course. Luckily, we've constructed in such a way that if we build our other skimmer right here, we should be okay. We will, of course, encounter another reprisal, another counterattack, that is, once that's finished in a few turns. How many turns does it say? No. Yes, turns remain. Construction turns remaining 4. Okay, four turns. We'll get a reprisal or a counterattack for this. Another heavy corporate Black Ops, probably down near our tower down here again. We'll see. We don't have any mental energy to do anything else. Might make sense to drop a scanner somewhere along the way and another geothermal well. But I'd like to save the alumina for now in case, just in case, not the alumina, the neodymium, just in case we need to deploy another bulk unit. Let's keep the camera down here for now. Is that a reasonable place? No, nothing really interesting happening down here, but this is where we will move androids next turn. So let's move to here and switch to turn 39. There we go, we're 39 turns in. Doom progress. Doom's overview, here we go. We have 32 turns left for the first Doom when we know that it's going to be deaths in the black market. We'll see if we can talk to those guys before that happens. So far they haven't shown up as contemplations. Or exploration, so I'm not sure they're even going to make a face for themselves in this timeline. Maybe we scared them off at the beginning because we showed them the nanoseed. Who knows? It was nice to know them in the other timeline, but we don't really have any money to spend on them yet, so we'll see. This tech here is going to heal, right? No, we're going to let the repair spiders do their thing with him. We'll put you on board the vehicle for now. Actually, maybe it does make sense to heal, but it only makes sense to heal you if we also get nearby androids. So why don't you hop back out and do a heal here. And that will, yeah, give the Predator some more healing. We'll do another heal on you next turn. You're out of moves already. Up in this direction, I think we can get our tech here to speed things along. We have 3 moves. It is a L3 clearance site, so might not be a good idea to send the tech in there. These guys are certainly going to retaliate if we do that. We'll just put you out of the way for now. And I think we want to make another tech. Maybe some more bulk androids. I'm not really sure where to put them though. We have a couple right now. One right here sort of in the middle of everything. Bulk predator here. Maybe we should put you up higher, honestly, because you're guarding this slurry mine here, which has all of the deterrents it needs. You're guarding those two third flight skimmers and another slurry mine over there. I think having you up higher means you'd get, you know, you'd at least get the height bonuses for attacking a lot of things. I don't want to move you too far though. Yeah, okay, that ring shows where your deterrence is going to be effective, so I think we're pretty good just putting you on top of the aerospace hangar. And double checking our deterrence is good there. We don't have any structures with complaints, so I think we're good. That's the end of the turn. Watch this. There's not going to be much to watch here, but maybe the daylight will rise. Turn 40. Yeah, not much interesting. We need to search some locations for the Wastelander mythology. We need to get going on a whole lot of fronts. Let's go ahead and start by finishing this construction. And then getting you out of there. You are going to take a little damage for being in there, but not much. They didn't like you being in there, but once you're out, they're not going to chase you. That should have caused a counterattack, and yeah, look at that. That is a lot of enemy attacks incoming. Let's try to preserve as much as we can, especially our vehicle. I guess we want to shoot these guys first. We are doing horrify attacks, so we'll shoot the ones aiming at us first, which is that one and this one. We'll also shoot the one aiming at you, which is this guy. Okay, and then we'll use the tech, hopefully, to take those three out. Oof, we might not be able to do it. Oh, we want to demoralize, not shoot. That's a little better, but your range is shorter than I like. Maybe we can give you a range extension. We'll shoot this guy. And then, can we increase your range? We don't need the additional CPUs right now. We can just go in here and give you something that gives you better range. Optical processing priority. I like it. Let's do that change. That boosts your range to where you can reach these guys. So we'll do some more demoralizing, this time at range. There we go. Everybody's going to survive. Look at that. There's quite a large crowd coming for us, but we're managing to hold them off with these two. Not sure we'll be able to do that for much longer. Let's see, turn 41. I don't expect their numbers to increase, and their range and move is reduced because of the pin down. So we might be able to survive this. Let's see, turn 41. Maybe some better perspective here, showing what these guys are all going to do. I think if I hold down control, they're even highlighted. There we go, that was pretty cool. They ran toward us, but do have four attacks incoming, one of which is absolutely destroying the Babo. Five incoming, in fact. We'll start with you doing some horrifies. Interesting. We disabled all of their attacks with suppression, so that suppression must have worn off. That was why they were able to reach us, but suppressing them once again has disabled all their attacks. I love it. We still have Tech 4000 here, who is going to demoralize this guy. And then we'll horrify a couple more. And we will demoralize the ones that have been horrified. Oof. Why are we not able to completely take them out this turn? That's interesting. They are horrified, they are suppressed, but... Oh, is it because of the change we made? No, but can we make another change here? We could give this guy an oath of pacifism, which will greatly improve our ability to do non-lethal damage. We could conceivably also give him a rage circuit, which would do the same. Oh no, that's the opposite. It completely destroys their ability to argue. Okay, let's give him an oath of pacifism in addition to his increased range and see how that works. Yeah, now we're able to take out these horrified units with our morality attacks. Or our morale attack, not morality. We want to get this craft out of range so that they're not attacking it next turn. And we do have Nickelbot up here still. Nickelbot is just doing straight up damage, not... Wait, somehow you're doing morale damage. Oh right, Nickelbot also has a Oath of Pacifism on right now and isn't really geared to do much. I see, we were just using you for suppression before. Yeah. I don't think there's a better weapon for you right now. So yeah, Nickelbot just really isn't outfitted to do a whole lot at the moment. Maybe Nickelbot's actually going to go hide. Alright, with one mental energy left, we can use the tech here to maybe go contact the AGI researchers, or better yet, to start thinking about the daily life task. We don't really have anything else to build other than the geothermal well. Doesn't feel like we're going to need more androids down here, so I do think it's a good time to make another one of these. We might as well put it right next to our other one. And I guess we'll use our last bit of mental energy to just go and do some structural engineering on that thing. And then flip back to here and we'll see if these Lurpeco Minerals goons... Wow, squad of 96. Yeah, these are way bigger squads than we were attacking on normal, or getting attacked by on normal mode. These squads, let's see what they do. I think they're probably just gonna hop over toward us. Turn 42. Yep. They're attacking the tech foolishly. 3 of them in range, but as soon as we shoot our suppressing fire, that should reduce. And we will suppress them all while horrifying the ones we can reach. And then the tech here is going to use... Tech 4000 has good argument skills and will demoralize them. Demoralized attack, by the way, says if a target is susceptible to argument-based attacks, attacking them in this mode will do morale damage without physical harm. It will also leave the target in a demoralized status for 1 turn, making them more susceptible to fear-based attacks. So we could do it the other way around. But basically the idea is horrify and demoralize kind of work together and zap through those heavy stacks. So we're still quite capable of defeating hordes of enemies with only 2 androids. And we're doing it by talking to them. 1 left. We'll leave the forces around this turn to finish that talk. Maybe what we do next is head over to the daily life contemplation spot with a new android. We should be able to make another tech. We will drop it here, and we're gonna go pick it up with the Babo. Babo's just flying by, just an ordinary vehicle in the skies. Nobody's paying attention to that thing. Tech E3D will hop on board eventually. once we have some mental energy to do that with. Let's see what this one last Lurpeco Minerals squad of ablaters does. On turn 43. He just tries to get a little closer. We're still in range. Predator can use some suppressing fire, basically disables his attack. Predator can also just switch to demoralize himself and finish it that way. Probably could have done Horrify also to finish it. I didn't really pay attention. We'll leave him on Horrify for now. Tech 4000 should spend a few points here to repair. Actually, your health is fine. You're at 80%. Yeah, let's do one more repair there. Got you up to 92%. Not quite enough. Maybe stay in range of the repair spiders we dropped down here. There it is. That repair spider says it's dormant. What does dormant status mean? That seems to be a new status that I'm not sure what it means. Oh, maybe it just means there's nothing to repair in its range. Let's take a look at our analysis repair coverage units. Yeah, these guys should be in repair coverage, but yeah, they don't highlight in any way. I wonder if because it's in the decoy network it can't repair anybody. Let's see what repair coverage units looks like over here. Yeah, these aren't highlighted either, I don't think. So maybe it's the units repair coverage just shows you the radius and you have to assume that they're in it. Okay, well, Tech 4000 wants to get out of there, so he's gonna wait for the vehicle to come pick him up. The vehicle here is interested in bringing the other tech to a contemplation over here. So let's head that way. Try not to get destroyed on our way over there. And I think we need to do 2 moves. Looks like we'll fly over a park. There are a lot of parks in this city. Lurdensk. And somehow we managed to do that without actually putting the tech on board. Okay, wait, come back. That was one of my many mistakes. Where are you? Do I have you selected? Yes, just gotta close this. And oops, we will send you back. And pick you up next turn. Next turn will be turn 44. It's still dark. I wonder if we're ever gonna see the light again in Lurdensk City. Lurdensk? Who knows? Still dark. Skipping turn 44. Let's get on board the vehicle this time. Let's send the vehicle to the right location. And let's hop back and do the contemplation. Daily life. You normally ignore the vast majority of daily life around the city. The press of pedestrians and robots is too much to take in while still having any attention to focus on the things that are important to you. That said, at times, you question what your priorities should be. Just who are you trying to become? That's a question that can only be answered by seeing how you act over a long enough time, you suspect. But still, you wonder. If you spent a little while paying more attention to the lives of some of the less interesting citizens around the city, would you learn anything about yourself? We'll begin people watching. People watching projects are causing attacks. Great. For people watching, we're going to do debates. And this is going to give us small arms research. Okay, excellent. So we are going to improve ourselves by doing this, but we're going to figure out how to use weapons better. We do want to maximize the amount of research we get out of this. So we're going to have to do 9 debates for 6 small arms researches, plus a bunch of determination and wisdom. Or we could do it easier, but yeah, I think we'll do the hard one. And that will be your job, Tech E30. You're going to just start doing 3 debates a turn if possible. To do that, we probably want to turn on project related and debates are going to be over here. We're going to talk to syndicate enforcers, which is going to talk to all these people. Maybe there's debates closer. Doesn't look like it. There's one there. A gang akimbo. Let's start with that one. That will take 1 action point, but 3 mental energy, and we're going to force the conversation. Oh, look at that. That is a new display that I like. That makes this much easier. Okay, that means we actually have conversations really close by we can do. I like it. These new radiated lines weren't there last time we did this. We could talk to a wealthy citizen right next to us. You have a message for me? The man seems to think you're some sort of courier from his office. Or a rival office? It's hard to say. He's impatient and hasn't bothered to ping your android's ID on the city feed. What is your function? You're trying to understand why these uninteresting people do what they do. Alright, we get our first debate of Timeline 2, well, our first debate outside of the prologue. What is your function? We can threat, lie, or truth this guy. Our debate actions start with emotional appeal, and then we have abuse, threat, threat, truth, logic, abuse, truth, logic, truth, logic. So we're going to get a truth and a threat. We could probably discard the rest. Target is really high at 600. That might be hard. This one immediately, fiery rhetoric. He's not that interested in this. Looking at his stats, a lie works really good on him, but emotional appeal, logic, and abuse not so much. Current debating scenario. Oh, slurring insult is our best chance. Fiery rhetoric is not so good. Physically threaten is going to work well on him. Fiery rhetoric we're going to discard. Our next chance is infrasound. So infrasound does drop his defiance, but increases his mistrust. It's a threat though, so it will give us a threat box. This one also is a threat and a better. And then a truth and logic is good. A truth and logic that's bad. A threat that's kind of mediocre. And another truth logic. So yeah, let's do this one just because it's a threat, but it's kind of crap. So we'll put this one threat. We're gonna build this 4 box here. Do we actually have 4 threats? There's 1, 2, 3. 4. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be a while to build these. Let's start here. Truth would be nice to build up here, but this is threat and truth. So with that one, if we put it here, this is +10 defiance, so we're already building pretty bad defiance, but that lets us build a truth block here. This is abuse. It actually doesn't hurt us in any way. We're gonna put a sneering insult up here. And then reasoned argument. This doesn't work very well, but it makes him trust us more. Truth and logic. So truth and logic. Truth is these 3 blocks here. Probably not either of those, honestly. But we can't really get another truth until here. We have 4 discards still. So yeah, we'll put this truth here. Actually, we'll put it there. And then truth and logic. I think I want to throw these 2 away just because they're a really bad defiance change. That'll bring us up to 90 defiance. These 2 aren't very good either. But at least they're a threat and we can fill out our threat. Yeah, so let's throw away the quote statistics. He is not interested in truth or logic, so they're kind of garbage for him. Physically threatened, however, works pretty well on this guy. We do have to fill out these 2 bottom things. This is abuse threat, so perfect. This one is another infrasound. We already did one of those. The second one Like, Defiance goes down, but Mistrust goes up. And we're already going to be adding a lot of Mistrust with upcoming things. And it's not a lot of benefits, so let's throw this one away and use this other threat. There we go. And we got a whole bunch of points for that because of this tout power was really beneficial. Plus these two, yeah, that brought us pretty close there. 75 Mistrust though. Mistrust is pretty bad. This is a lie. For lies, we want a bar on the bottom that's 3 long with no lies on top. 30 points. Mistrust would go to 85. This would bring us to 80. This would bring us to 90. And this would put us over the limit. It's really... this one is better than this one, though. Although that's a lie. We don't need any more threats, so we skip that. Do feel like we're gonna run out of Mistrust. 10, 20, skip, 30. Yeah, maybe we'll be okay. Let's use this as a lie. Falsify statistics. We'll put this in the bottom here. And then personal reasoned argument, truth and logic. We are still trying to build truth out with this guy. Actually, right here we get 3 truths. And that gets us to 38. Nice. Misleading anecdote. This is the one we're considering skipping. Not sure it matters yet. Yeah, let's skip. Actually, yes, let's definitely skip it because it's not worth as much as this. We don't really need another abuse. Or, sorry, whatever this is, we don't need another threat. We could probably skip that. These two are basically, 3 are basically free, and we get a lie here. So yeah, we skip this one. Actually, it doesn't matter, we can do it. I'd rather get the lie though, so let's skip this one. Unfortunately, I think we're going to reach target. We'll put them up here. Sorry, this is abuse. This is verbal slap, more abuse. And then this is sneering insult, even more abuse. And we did it. Victory. We also got upgrades for abusing corpos. We're a compelling liar and a mastery of posture. He's insufferable. His function is the best. He makes sure everyone else does their function. He's super important and so on. Does he actually have a function? You were about to ask when he starts bragging about money. He says it's a sign that his employer values him highly and how he expects a promotion. Okay, goodbye. That's enough talking to this person. Alright, 1 down. We can't talk to this guy anymore. And interestingly, nobody wants to talk to us because we don't have any action points. Okay, so we'll come back to that later. I love that you get lines to those conversations now. That makes it so much easier to find those guys. Over on this side of the world, well, we still have Wastelander mythology to explore and probably buildings to make, right? We could do another geothermal well. 200%. We're probably doing fine. Let's just forget about that building for now. The other stuff that we might want to consider building, though, over here we do have a coprocessor. We could actually make a mind annex. We could make 2 mind annexes. We do have the compute time. That would bring us up to 11 mental energies, so I'm thinking it's time. Let's build a coprocessor. I'm not sure why it doesn't suggest that as soon as it's available. That seems like the way to go. Are there any other mind annex robotics? Yes, there's 4 now. That's right. Okay. This is a way to get to increase your android capacity, mech capacity, and vehicle capacity. I think the wise thing to do right now is mind annex robotics. We'll put them somewhere near our secret area, and we can actually make 2 of them right away. We might as well try to get those built up. And it looks like we have just enough to finish one, and another one we could probably finish next turn. That was turn 44. Our decoy is doing fine. Predator O2BB, 96 health. Let's see if he heals at turn 45. Yes, he's fully healed now. Excellent. We have one enemy attack planned. I'm not sure where this is coming from. It looks like a vehicle passing by is attacking our skimmer. Not doing very much damage, though. That's interesting. Who is this? An international economic transport who's been damaged by something. This is rented from Vorsiber, and under strict scrutiny, these transports have extra defenses in order to prevent an international incident. And their plan is to trade with other mechacorps is forbidden except with approval from Vorsiber. There's 23 people on board. It's the Anahuacum, I guess, telecommunication exocorps. Okay, so this is an exocorp, whereas this is a federated corporation. Both the same type of ship, but there are exocorps trading. Interesting. International economic transport. Okay, well, for some reason the exocorps are attacking my authoritative skimmer. They're going to do a little damage. I think it's within range of our repair spiders, though, so I don't think that's something to worry about. Yeah, just in range, almost as if I planned it. No big deal. 10 moves this turn. That's kind of nice. Let's actually do the conversations first. We have a few more we can do within range. We'll head toward... I guess we'll do this one again. This is a wealthy citizen. This is another wealthy citizen. It doesn't look like they'll shoot us if we come talk to this one. Middle manager. And this one is a team leader. Let's talk to the team leaders. This is either the administrator or scientist social class. It can be hard to tell them apart in public. Currently commuting to work. Yes, what is it? Her clothes are expensive and her tone is snappish. She asks why the thing from the tower has taken an interest in her. Huh. So she knows what you are, at least kind of. What is your function? You're trying to understand why these uninteresting people do what they do. Alright, we can lie, logic, and abuse her. Currently starting with a lie, emotional appeal, which gives us 24 progress and -5 mistrust. It looks like most of these aren't actually going to be negative at all, so I think this is going to be an easy one to play through. So we'll start with lies in this top row here. Emotional appeal doesn't matter, so we'll just expand this row here. Logic or abuse could fit here. This is an abuse, so we could put 2 abuses here and then try to expand this for logic. Yeah, let's do that. We'll put an abuse on the bottom. Truth and logic, so 3 here for logic, I guess. A lie and a logic. Ooh, that's an overlap that's interesting. I think we'll keep this in the lie bar and skip it for logic. This is truth logic. It's pretty pathetic for the number it gives you versus the progress, so I'm going to throw that one away. Then we'll start doing some more abuse. Verbal slap. That always seems to work well on these people. We also have assert dominance. We're trying to build a logic thing here in these 3. So we have this spot here and this spot here. Also, these ones down here don't matter. This is tout power, threat, truth, logic. So building logic here. We can put it here, I guess. We can actually do another one immediately over here. And then this is an emotional appeal and lie, so we will finish our lie. Touting power here should finish off our logic. And victory, minus 54. Plus we reasoned with high society for 70% bonus. We learned about cosmic nihilism, mastery of posture, and existential authenticity. So we're getting better at debating as we finish those. She glares at you. She gives what is pretty much a sociology lecture, but which puts her function at the fulcrum of all others. The people above her are out of touch, but well-meaning. The people below her do their best, but need a lot of assistance from her. She claims she's helping her underlings avoid destitution. You ask more about that, and it's all about money. Having enough for rent, for electricity, for food. She says that if she does not hold things to a high standard, then those above her will dispose of those below her. This is surprising to you, but she seems very serious about it. Okay, goodbye. We're done talking to her. We have 2 more mental energy, so potentially we could talk to others. Looks like there's something over here. That is a Syndicate Spindle Trooper, which is out of range, but a valid target. Oh, yeah, they definitely made good improvements. It does look like we're going to take damage because we were in a restricted area for that last conversation. We're going to head to the Spindle Trooper. I think we'll be okay. And Spindle Trooper, look at that. He looks like a shell droid. It also, like, also makes me think that this is still placeholder art, but I'm not sure it is. It's just a weird style. Greetings, Anomaly. Spindle Trooper squads are something only used by the Syndicates. They're really pretty terrible, even by Nickelbot standards. They do have a language module, so they're easy enough to converse with at least. What is your function? Alright, truth, threat, and logic we're trying to build here. We could offer hope. Emotional appeal isn't going to do much for us. We also have a abuse and a threat. Threat will go on the bottom 3. So if we put offer hope here, offer hope's nice because it's just a good progress and drops mistrust and defiance, so we'll always pick that. Infrasound is actually, damn, this guy is crumbles instantly to infrasound. So we could choose that. Yeah, we might as well. Let's just infrasound this guy out of existence. And victory. Threatening criminals is now up to 120%. We follow directives. They don't have free will. You're just talking to a language model right now with a side of expert system thrown in. They look and sound a bit like you, but they're nothing like you. They're things, not people. At one point, before you were a person, you were a thing. You wonder if that could ever happen for a Spindle Trooper. Probably not. They don't have the mental hardware for it. Okay, goodbye. That's enough talking to robots. That Tech E30 is out of moves for now, so we will leave off doing any more conversations for this turn. What we want to do instead is switch back to Street Sense project related and have this other tech. Maybe you can do things. We can search an abandoned housing for Wastelander mythology. Let's do that. Okay, so these are just movement 2 point, and you get the resource for doing it. Search abandoned housing, and then we'll have him search abandoned diner. Let's just make sure we're not moving into any place that has restrictions that don't allow us to be there. Great. So that gives us some progress on Wastelander mythology. Also used up a lot of our mental energy. We have some more though. Let's use the remainder on this tech and get structural engineering done on this coprocessor. We're now up to, we should be up to 11 mental energy at the start of next turn. We can have this tech do some searches. We can search an abandoned office, and we can search a construction site. So those are giving us strategic resources as we learn about Wastelanders. We have a lot of apathy. Apathy fuels certain choices and special abilities. We've never really found a use for it yet. But that's all the mental energy we have for turn 45, and it just so happens that's also all the time I have for this episode, so it's time once again to say thanks so much for watching. We're still getting attacked here. We might actually have to send somebody in to take out that economic transport. I guess we should watch what happens at the start of next turn and see if we're taking any damage. Doesn't look like it's real. So I'm not sure what is actually happening there. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, click that like button for me and consider subscribing or leaving me a comment in the comments below and tell me what you think of this game. Tell me what game you want to see me play next, or just say hi. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.